Yeah, that was the right music to bring us into game 2. And what I'm looking through is in Shanghai, near the Bund actually. If you haven't been to Shanghai, a beautiful stretch of water with a bridge-like thing. You look down, you look across, the lights are on. It's great. I don't know how to describe it. It's hard, isn't it?
I mean, it's beautiful on one side, but it's even more beautiful on the other when you look at the Oriental Pearl and
but you
Shanghai Tower.
don't go to the other. Also, I went to Shanghai Tower. That's 100 floors, and it's got glass on the bottom. Jesus, that was horrible.
You're frightened of heights?
Yeah. Man, I hated that with a passion. However, welcome back again to the LPL. And a big matchup we're in the middle of. Preacher, Hysterics, and MVP LWX, who after game 1, man, he hit hard with the Caitlyn.
Talk about being scared of heights. IG must be scared about this guy because he is 7 foot tall at the current moment. Take a look at that. 516 for his efforts. And we were asking the question, how early can he get the lead? Was a little bit lackluster, but by the end game, man, he had all of the time in the world.
I mean, because, the bottom lane CS lead you're referring to wasn't that large, but it was this double kill that set him off the ground.
Of course. Even the flash from Crisp, Crisp, I should say, just to set it up, gave him the double kill, enabled him to just get through a mid part portion of the game alive. And from that point onwards, especially around the team fight that was instigated right before the Baron, he was free firing. Take a look at how safe he is at the back, always defended by him and Chris.
It's this trap you pointed out that surprised me. Overtian, binding as well, and lockdown from Doomby deletes Nick.
Every single time, whether it's the GA or the Zonyas, you can counter it with the Caitlyn, and LWX outplayed everybody.
Yeah, LWX here as well. You can see that the Shy's like, we got to deal with this Caitlyn. And even then, you can't kill him as he just pummeled the Shy too. Like, this was insane. And it wasn't a group effort, but LWX just did not die.
Oh, look at that. Trap on the GA as well. Of course, there's no outplay potential.
LWX is a trap, like that.
He knows.
Yeah, it was a great game from him. Also, we got to give compliments across the board. Doomby played another exceptional Rise game. Gimgoon played a very weak side of the map that got bullied well as well. So this game for FPX, it was very characteristic of them. But let's switch over. Because for IG, their early game was exceptional.
It was.
It was punishing, and the top side was ahead.
And that is really their playstyle. I mean, for all of time, IG were the win lane, win game type of team, and they certainly did so. But the way that they did it was a little bit risky. I mean, they took down the turrets, and then they rotated to all group up in the mid lane, but they didn't do anything from it. And for about 10 minutes, we barely saw any action. Sure, just one kill down onto Crisp. That is not enough for your team, because that bought so much time for their opponents, and you have to ask, maybe is it worth extending the laning phase for them? Maybe don't go for the aggressive turret pushes and instead call down your top laner, call down your jungler, and get more kills before you do so.
Remember what would have happened is IG come back out on stage, that mid and bottom lane, the longer that went on, the more punishing it was. So at the end of the day for IG, they tried to be proactive around the Baron. They had some really good setup towards Baron as well. But FPX didn't walk into that trap. They didn't expose themselves. It was only Crisp who got caught out a couple of times, but that set FPX up for an even larger trade.
Discipline is the difference between these two teams. I mean, the fact that FPX didn't actually fall for the trap, even though there was so much vision advantage for IG on the top portion when Baron was still alive, was one of the key factors holding them into the game. They knew that they needed to wait for Doomby to scale, for LWX to scale, and once they finally have, even with the Weaver's Wall over on the other side, they decided to take the fight because that was their advantage, and they knew at that point IG had fallen off and ran out of steam.
I mean, how early did they hit those points, right? Like, Doomby hit 2 items before 20 minutes. The bottom lane, LWX hit that, I'm sure, definitely before 20 minutes.
Yeah, we were hitting on the point that Doomby was so much CS ahead of Rookie, and that is a crazy thing to say, being ahead in CS against Rookie, but about 80 CS over him meant that that Rise was always going to be the more punishing one in teamfights, and you could definitely see him machine gunning.
Yeah. They come back on stage and they look revitalized. They look calm here. For FPX is the main thing to say, and that's what they should feel after game number 1. It was a very FPX-style draft where they could play around some of the solo lanes, but also they can do what they've started to do this split, which is hover around LWX and Crisp and even give them a punishing one.
Of course, yeah, and the dream is still alive for them. If they continue to play the way that they have, disciplined and also slow, if they have drafted to do so, then that will bring them success. Already 1 game up against IG. If they can take this victory, it looks as if every other matchup after them, you take a look at OMG, EDG, LNG, they all look so downhill in comparison.
And that's why the question keeps coming up, who is going to take FPX down? I believed in IG. In fact, if you look at predictions over on our Twitter, ladies and gentlemen, you'll notice I predicted Invictus Gaming, and a lot of you out there will be why. And I figured, like that early game, we'd see the best of IG here today. It's heading towards playoffs. It's a time where they have to recoup, recharge, and get involved in such a big matchup. But so far, we haven't seen the best of them. And FPX have just forced them into a corner.
All right, so let's actually talk about IG in this instance, because you think that they potentially could have taken out this series.
I mean, the series is still going.
Yeah, of course. So one of the defining factors that led to them not actually taking it out was Ning. You live and you die by Ning. He dived in way too deep, That's so true. Maybe putting him on a leash, telling him not to go that far deep into the opposing team, getting divided and conquered could be a way.
I like that phrase, though. You live and die by Ning. If Ning's not having the right performance, Invictus Gaming seemed to fall. The Shy played great that game. Ning went for the top lane dive and underestimated the ability for FPX to counter-engage, and that's what cost him. This time, cleaner play from Invictus Gaming to make sure this game 2 can be theirs. Otherwise, FPX will continue to win, will end up being 9-0. Let's get into it.
You got to imagine that both of these two teams should be focusing heavier on late game. They saw how disciplined that FPX could play, and if you have to take a look at that, you have to say maybe you need to draft towards that as well. So even if FPX waited out, they're waiting into a ticking time bomb that you have.
I love coming into game 2 though with similar bans. Kiana against IG. You see the Pantheon banned against Doomby. It's his champion of the month, and FPX are going to go back to one of their specials. It's the Sal's first pick.
Swapping it out as well. Yuumi banned away, so obviously that's not going to get picked up by the side. Interesting to see the bottom lane. I mean, it's going to be first rotated by IG at the very least. I'm keen to see whether they go for the late game or if they still like the Lucian.
But maybe a safer bottom lane this time around. Tahm Kench been rising in priority. We know that the LCK loves this pick, but the LPL has floated around the same boat.
And another thing that you need to keep in mind is that last game, Sivir was banned. This game, open. So this could clearly go either way. And don't get surprised if this Varus is not bot.
Yes, we saw it last game. And remember, Yagao playing this in the mid lane. Well, Doomby, you know, he might take a page out of his book, like Yagao did with the Pantheon mid. Not going to find out yet, Preacher, because it might just be towards the Lux support again for Chris.
Yeah, they want to rotate their bottom lane as easily as they possibly can, and it's going to be the exact same. No ban away, no change at all for FPX. If it worked, then they want to continue hammering it down. They saw the potential in LWX. He is not the person who needs to be the variable.
An easy rinse and repeat here. There we go. Let's go. Game 2. FPX are right back in.
Now, you can sort of consider that a Sivir could be a counter, but instead, look, normally we say don't lock it in, but Varus is something that you would usually take into Caitlyn. The range is not that disparate, and also your Q can be the equalizer in terms of trading.
Also, a lot of the time down the bottom lane, we've seen the option of Ashe Tahm Kench or Varus Tahm Kench. It's pretty standard, and a great poke on this lane now to match the side of FPX, but let's see where the solo lanes go, because we're waiting for both teams to get locked in. The GP already taken away, and the Talia away from the hands of Rook.
High priority on the Talia ban. They actually do it before the Corki ban as well. Azir and Corki have a dominating mid lane meta, so expect those two to come out if they're not banned.
That's right, safe mid lanes means that we look now, and the Camille banned away. Alrighty indeed.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you don't want to ban it away because you actually want the two inside of the same game. Usually you do both or you do neither, and FPX have chosen neither.
Well, first pick on the red side, of course, for IG, but what do FPX prioritize? That's the final question here tonight.
Just waiting to see. Okay, so they've actually left it up to the Wolves. Very standard as well. And
but the Shy is going to be on Cannon once again.
Yeah, once again, just got to highlight the fact that the Nico is banned away from him. So the second best engage is, of course, the Cannon.
I mean, the Nico has been such a high ban against Invictus Gaming for this split. Like, against IG, Nico, Aatrox, Rek'Sai, and Ryze are the highest ban against them.
And the fact that you can actually have a 60% win rate while that ban is still active on your team speaks wonders to the Shy. Obviously, a seasoned professional, now on the Cannon as well. Usually he goes on hit, so you'd expect some magic damage in the mid lane to round out IG.
Bit of team fighting pressure here from IG to build up as well, but let's see where FPX go. The Mordekaiser's locked in, Preacher.
Dang.
Don't get your hopes up yet.
Just got to wait to see if he actually does this. Now, I like the matchup of Mordekaiser into the Cannon because usually Cannon just shoves out everybody inside of the top lane, but Mordekaiser playing so safe under his turret. All right.
Okay, I'll still take it.
We're not 100% certain which one's going where.
Yeah, but I'm 100% certain that's an Aatrox locked in.
Yep.
So nothing's going to be as good as Doomby's Kled in the mid lane. And fun fact that Kim Goon also plays it. But Mordekaiser, Aatrox. Now that is a Doomby champion if I've ever seen one.
And it also activates so heavily as soon as teleports and ultimates are available, so expect that from the get-go. Once again, highlighting the playstyle that FPX want, focus down bot side, allow Doomby to roam, get that vision control set in, but Rookie wants something much more standard.
Yep, the Corki, as you mentioned, the standardized mid laner, that's going to be done for IG, and immediately you look at their comp and you say, wow, that's a lot of skirmishing, and I wonder what the Shy is going to build.
Yeah. I mean, right now, all he needs to do is to completely counter the Mordekaiser. A good way to do that is to build Bay the Ruined King, because it means that Mordekaiser can't actually trade down onto you, and you'll always be max range with your auto attacks as well. But, you know, that is the Shy special.
We look at the mid game there for IG, and for the side of FPX, once again, Aatrox here for Doomby mid. And Gimgoon has been a big plus on the Mordekaiser. What was the word I was going to use? He has been a big player. He's been a big lover of
Mordekaiser's a big champion.
I was looking for the proponent or whatever. I'm like, is that the right word? Well, my English might not be as good, but I can tell you, Gimgoon's Mordekaiser is much better.
It is a beauty to see, especially up against this Kennen. Obviously going to be difficult matchup because Kennen is always ranged, can always shove in as well. Mordekaiser's known to like being shoved into their turrets, so we'll have to see how he plays it.
Especially if Gimgoon can get out of that side of the map and do something about it in the 1v1. This time, not getting shoved away. Well, you ask and you shall not receive.
Yep. An interesting thing about this matchup is, of course, the fact that if Mord ults the Kennen, then he's negating that ultimate onto everybody else in his team. So keep that in mind for team fights.
That's true. There's actually a lot of good people you can ult in this team as well. Remember that the Olaf is the one to negate it. So if Olaf goes to the Death Realm and he Ragnaroks, he will escape. And Gimgoon's ult is nullified. But we'll see more of that interaction running into Game 2. A series that so far FPX have put their stamp on, made their brand. And in Game 2 are looking to do the same again, with Doomby on the Aatrox in the mid lane. You can hear Doomby's wife in the crowd once again. Ever so supporting. There she is.
Hey.
Supporting Doomby as usual. And she starts the chants. I got a chance to scream in Rift Rivals Preacher as FPX made their way onto the stage. And she's screaming out FunPlus again. And I got to join in the gyos. So that was an honor.
In Korea, no less. So both of those two were very happy to make their appearance.
Yeah, I got to meet Doomby in the elevator as well. Yeah,
how's that?
It was just me and Doomby. I know this sounds like weird. I met him in the elevator.
No, he's a superstar.
We're going up in the hotel, and it was just me and Doomby in the end. And I said, you know, hey, like, don't want to. Sorry to be rude, but you know, I work for LPL. I cast you so much, and you're a really good mid laner. And it's nice to be, you know, that awkward esports hello.
The standard hysterics.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I don't call it the
standard
standard hysterics. Yeah.
The fan.
I was a big fan of him.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, he's so happy. He's just so positive, so energetic. So that's the story about Doomby and his beloved.
Yeah,
there
nice to see him also match up in this lane as well. Now, we got to talk about it when we see it. Two of these three lanes.
Wow, that was a great trade from Bowlad and Jackie Love.
All right, let's start where we see the action. Of course, the bottom lane still heavily prioritizes FPX because you've got the long range. Caitlyn in the early game. No, not more needed to be said just because LWX picks up the MVP in the first game. Looking up against mid, Doomby's going to have a rough time, and so is Gimgoon top lane.
Yeah, I mean, Doomby with the melee matchup, and especially since Rookie has taken Klepto on Corki. Now, not the most common summoner here, and we'll get to have a closer look at it. Bloodline taken there. It has the picture of Doomby. It is not. It is Rookie who's taking this one. So, Legends Bloodline cut down as well, considering that, yeah, the Corki won't have that much health comparison to the Aatrox. And I like the rune choice here. Of course, it's Doomby with the POV.
Yeah, however, Tiad's coming in.
So let's have a look at that POV now. Stops the Valkyrie mid-channel. Double flash. Rookie's dead here. There's no doubt. First blood of an FPX again.
Doesn't respect TN's pathing either. He started down bot side, actually did a full clear and says, wow, Rookie is hard shoving into my mid laner, goes for it, and like you just said, disrupting the Valkyrie, that is the death sentence.
Yeah, it was perfectly timed there from TN. Teleport need to be used, and remember this is a Klepto Corki in lane, as bottom lane he steps on a trap. Barrowland, break your mama's back. This is LWX in form again with Chris.
And it's as if nothing changed from the very first game. Once again, LWX
Flash from Barrowland.
That was beautiful to see from FPX, executing it exactly like they did in game number 1. Once again, advantage, but Ning wants a 1v1.
Yeah, a jungle 1v1 is going to go over to Ning, though. Yep. On his own side of the jungle, Flash has been burnt. Ning wants this. He pops out Conquerors. Domi not in good position, but he can't get the Kingslayer in time. Ning with a solo kill through the jungle.
However, 2 people are collapsing now.
And it's Doomby, Gimgoon. 1, 2, 3, dunk. Doomby actually in a bit of trouble. Gimgoon saves his life with a flash, obliterate.
Has to flash it as well, but the trade over is real. Ning knows that he needs to shut down the opposing jungler and does it in style, eventually falling.
But look, again, action towards the top side, while FPX have taken over the bottom lane again, just with the 2v2.
You couldn't highlight these two teams' playstyle any stronger than what we see. FPX taking control of the bottom side, IG taking control of top.
But the change this time with FPX is the fact that LWX and Crisp, they're just winning their lane whole-handedly by themselves. TN focusing towards the mid side, freeing up Doomby, who now will not be able to find Rookie, because being spotted out by Vision here, Rookie should be able to play this safe.
The feels best moment for both a Caitlyn and a Lux in lane feels best. It's
not even feels good.
It's
feels
the best thing
eh?
is when you see your jungler and your opposing jungler on another part of the map, because it means that you just get the 2v2 without any interruptions at all, and that was beautiful to see. Hard shove out. Take a look at Jackie Love's first back. Suboptimal.
It's that control with Vision, right, that we constantly see here in the LPL, where you know where the enemy jungler is further to your point, where you can make those concentrated plays on the other side of the map. And TN, knowing that the Olaf most likely to be bot, hovers around the mid wave, hovers top. Olaf gets spotted out by a ward as well. Pings go down, and FPX now with this knowledge, they can start making the play themselves.
As soon as they see him, they back out of that situation. Of course, Ning wants to get some control of the bottom side. He just got control over the top and mid, but while he's done this, take a look. Tien is actually sliding into his DMs all the way into his jungle.
Yeah, all the way to the top lane, yeah. Crazy cat preacher. The Shy not level 6, so the cannon not really that hard to dive at this point, especially since Surge comes out early. Ning was hitting up the dragon. He secures it in the end. Infernal first for IG.
That is a very early Infernal, but look at this already. With the trade once again, the fast Infernal from IG before laning phase is over allows them to get their lane dominance in their own form.
Another dive to the top side on red side. Preacher, remember what happened last time to Ning. He got caught under turret. The Shy has ulti available. If Gimgoon doesn't get the death grasp in that trade, then he's fine.
Yeah, action never ends on this map. That's all I can say about it. The fact that people are constantly looking, and it's all instigated by everyone involved.
Do you remember what I said? The 2 fastest teams in the LPL is Rookie coming towards the bottom side. Ning set up as well. Turret dive in the 2v2. Jackie Love, the heal comes through from Chris. This is the big rotation here, and no one's following up from FPX. They're alone on an island, and that undertow was beautiful.
Who cares if it's an axe or not? He used it as a sniper and got down both of those 2 kills. And now they're looking for even more, going towards the turret with the plating. What an excellent roam from Rookie. Hard shoving in Doomby and the moving bot.
And even after everything we saw, it wasn't like LWX and Chris were winning out this lane. We're pushing them away from CS. Jackie Love and Balan were keeping up. And now they're ahead. There's a Cutlass there. This is an on-hit Varus too, so the scaling element is applied to IG.
More importantly, look at that mini-map right there. That control ward in the opposing jungle for IG meant that Rookie could get there safe without anybody spotting him out. So that was the gold road for him to just pave his way down into bot.
Really good find as well, because Doomby, as you mentioned there before, wasn't able to split out of his lane. It was the early push here from Rookie, who now has blue buff and could do it again. And Doomby's been kept here for the time being, and it was only that one response assist onto Tien when he got solo killed by the jungler that he was able to get some resources. So for IG, the gold lead's there, and their early game's looking great once again.
And you can already see that with that roam, Rookie showed exactly how he's going to abuse this matchup between the Corki and the Aatrox. He will always have the shot. And that's reflected by his Klepto as well. Not looking for the kill in his lane, rather just hard pushing into turret and then moving with that freedom while Doomby has to last him.
Especially since he looks like he's going to be hitting that Trinity Force pre-15, 16 minutes, which is when we expected. So if Rookie gets that first item, the Phosphorus Bomb, as you can see here, with the Missile Barrage, that is the clear that will outshove Doomby.
The standard timing with just CSing and nothing else is 21 minutes. So if Rookie hits that before the power spike, and he gets a package as well, then that could just be deadly on either top of.
I mean, 21-minute Trinity Force, that's just garbage. I'm just going to say that. I'll say 18. I'll give you 18, Preacher, all right?
You'd be surprised, but take a look.
Yeah, I mean, there's not some good games if someone gets a 21-minute Trinity Force. But that's, you know, some of the games we've seen where mid lanes have been shoved out, where the Trinity Force has been delayed that much. It's good devour there from Baolan in the bottom lane. Doomby. Oh no, World Ender available. He might have to pop it to get the movement speed as Tien coming over to save him. And Ning starting to apply the pressure himself as Slicing Maelstrom towards the top lane. Death Realm. Here we go. We see it all.
Shy.
Great flash from the Shy. He dodges away. Kimgoon getting low. We need one more, but the Shy can't get it. He flashes in just in case. We look at the bottom lane, and FPX, they're getting down and dirty again.
Oh boy, as soon as that was instigated top, bot lane wanted to fight, got a kill as well.
Oh my god, Ning flashes over. Ragnarok. Yeah! Destroys one. FPX under trouble as well. And this for Crisp is a 1 versus 3. He gets a great binding, but Baolan devours. Ning back in action. He's not tanking. It's Baolan. Double kill. 5-1 Viking.
What a crazy early game from IG. That was so well played. You got to give props to Kimgoon for picking it up in the top lane, but man, IG ran over bot.
And they're going to get the turret plating from it as well. I'm accelerated. IG are apparently accelerated. And this from Ning is what you want to see. You know why this is exciting, Preacher? Because Ning is making bold calls, dangerous calls, but they're paying off and they look damn good.
It is beautiful as well. They are going into the bottom side of the jungle for FPX because they know for certain that there's not going to be a counterplay. Obviously, the play down top side will draw the attention of Tian. Let's take a look at that again. The top fight was where Kimgoon just altered the Shy, means that the Shy can't actually run out of the last little barrier, and it actually looks like the Shy would have won it normally if not for Kimgoon's passive, but passive starts ticking and the DOT is too strong to buy the Conqueror.
Man, props to Kimgoon in this fight as well. Waiting out, hitting the right timing, and this looked good for FPX, but it was the turnaround from Jackie Love that started it off. Yeah.
And this is really how it was started by both of them, because Jackie Love goes in, obviously because LWX couldn't even get the damage off it.
I love this.
Flashing over, no care in the world. He kills Tian, but he knows that Baolan is coming as well with the ultimate, so he knows that he can get eaten up. Taking the aggro because he doesn't want to give it over to Baolan any more than necessary, gets eaten up. Too easy.
Yeah, able to get the last undertow, another double. That undertow is pulling out magic here, almost towards that Black Cleaver. As we looked in the replay, the blue buff in the top side was stolen from FPX. It was Ning who invaded once again. Yeah,
so now we got to watch out for what Ning does with this. Just go into the enemy jungle and absolutely crush him, because 5-1, you have the resource.
But what did we say, Preacher? You said win lane, win game. In game 1, we got 1 winning lane from IG. Now we have 3 winning lanes from Invictus Gaming with an unstoppable jungler. This is the Invictus Gaming Revitalizer. They're looking to style on, actually, FPX. Death Realm once again. The Shy pops the ulti. It's not going to work, remember, until he comes out. They find him. Really good rotation here, but FPX need to survive. Baolan coming in and just looks for the ribbon.
It was just him by himself. Didn't work out. But the Shy, man, he was locked into that prison for the longest time. And sure, Kimgoon didn't have the damage to kill him, but all the ultimate was used for was for everybody else to collapse.
There's more fighting coming through. Teleport in from FPX. They want to challenge a Rift Herald here, but Ning right now, same level as Tian, sure, but accelerated to the point where Invictus Gaming will win this early fight.
Yeah, Vision very scrappy for both these teams around the Rift Herald, so they'd rather move towards the mid lane. Lock up.
I don't mind this here for FPX. They've got a good angle. They've got the Chains of Corruption now from Tian. The turret plating shouldn't go down any further, and IG might have to dissipate, head towards that bottom dragon.
And this will all be up to Crisp. If he can actually get a Q down, then Tian is going to follow with the corrupting arrow as well. So that will be the point at which IG decide to move off and not actually fight for any more turret plates.
Also, I think we start putting Kimgoon in these trades as well, Preacher, because the Mordekaiser in the solo lane, almost towards his first item. He has a couple of kills under his belt, but the Death Realm, as you said in Champions, like the ability to take someone out of the fight. You talked about the Shy, but now I'm looking at people like Jackie Love. I'd take Ning out of the fight if he's already Ragnarok. Keep him away from the rest of FPX.
Of course, because even though he might kill you in the 1v1, who cares about
Who
that?
cares?
If
Not
he's
about
not
me.
actually killing your backline, then that buys your bottom lane time. LWX, obviously he knows how to play this Caitlyn. If there's ever going to be a Zhonya's or a GA on the opposite team, he's just going to be able to counter it with his traps.
We saw it in game number one. He's not as accelerated as Zen, but he'll be able to catch up some of the CS and head towards the Infinity Edge like that said game. Let's look at the item disparity. Let's look at the CS difference here. It's 25 in the mid lane. It's about 30 in that bottom lane. 20 in the jungle. 20, 25 in the top lane. Hextech Gunblade Cannon, by the way. And this is the IG early game. It's only 13 minutes in. Preacher, Trinity Force at 13 minutes. What did I say? Pre-15's impressive, and he's hit it.
Yeah, but he's got 2 extra assists to his name, not to mention all of the turret plates. So you got to take that into account.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a very fast IG game for themselves, and there's no real surprise about it because of his impact on bot lane.
Which is why we can talk about FPX wanting to slow the game down here, especially in the side lane. The Mordekaiser holding off the pressure. He's not splitting against the cannon anymore.
No.
They've left that out. They're leaving the Corki to respond and then move back to the mid lane to look for LWX. Chains of Corruption land. Tien does a zoning ultimate, you can call it. Ning coming in, and that's when FPX disengage.
Good disengage from FPX as well, because they would have been taking down so handedly. But now, once again, control of vision is towards FPX. So they need to clear this out, but walking over that one in the Pixel Brush still gives it away.
So vision cleared away eventually. FPX want to contest this one, Preacher.
Yeah, Jackie Love's not actually doing damage, and he's not zoning either, so watch him.
Tongue Lash out to zone. Tien now gets some vision with the Chain Lash. Look at Rookie though. In the flank, he has the package. That'll be the Death Realm. Gimgoon's in for the package. Lines down the sand. And IG look for the return fight. It's Tien who drops first. LWX spits out. Ning's on. The Viking continues. Doomy has no reset. He tries to jump onto Ning, but it's a mistake. IG clean them out.
And Gimgoon focused on Jackie Love. He's not the Fed member of the team. When it's a 4v4, IG, without their ADC, still managed to rampage over FPX.
And it was Ning who just walked through that fight as well. Ning is unstoppable. And this is the Invictus Gaming that Rookie is waiting for the Rift Herald.
He can do whatever he wants. It wasn't even an eye edge for LWX before he died and had to go back to the base. So with that Ninja Tabi on Ning, he wasn't even taking damage from the Caitlyn.
Preacher, it's almost a 10k gold lead at 15 minutes. We have not seen this Invictus Gaming as of lately. Remember, against Vici, OMG, it was a 2-1. They dropped a game, and even then, I was concerned against Vici because IG didn't look like they were going to win the series.
However, in this one, man, they look like they're going to win this game. 10k gold lead with that Infernal Drake as well. Nothing to scoff at, most certainly. And when you take a look at all of their cooldowns, we're actually going to check this one out. So you got to check out Gimgoon because he's taken out the ADC, but check out the 4v4. Just ignore that 1v1. Rookie is going in with the package, clearly divides away Doomby. Doomby's not actually locking anybody up, and throwing Ning forward, Baolan actually manages to deliver him into FPX and get the kill.
That undertow again. Ning has been spot on this game, and I want to point out Rookie's package, it lined through the middle of the river, and Doomby can't engage, you can't walk over it because it does so much damage.
I saw no Qs connect coming out from Doomby, and that was one of the factors that enabled IG to win that fight.
They've been pushed down so far this game by Invictus Gaming. It's been more a testament to Invictus pushing them back at every turn. And now we're towards 2-item territory for their carries. It's almost the rapid fire cannon here for Rookie, the Morellonomicon for the Shy, and Jackulov, of course, towards his second item as Ning wants the turret dive again. Ragnarok smackdown.
Doesn't even matter when you don't get the kill. Nothing to fight back for, and they take down top turret as well. This is going to buy the Shy so much time.
Wow. How much more time do you want? FPX need at least 30 minutes.
He needs the dash
25,
cannon. Once he gets
20.
the dash cannon, then the Shy is ready to freely engage whenever he wants in tandem with Jackulov's ultimate.
Once again, Preacher, it feels like we're getting the best series from FPX and IG as Chains of Rapture comes out onto Gimgoon and he drags him back in onto Rookie. The Death Realm's there, the Corki can't escape. He's burning! No. He gets him! Gimgoon comes out successful. The Mordekaiser devoured up, spat back out. Tastes like hard rock. As Baolan gets locked on down, cleanses the way. Jacula pulled back in. It's a fight again. I love the LPL. Bellend destroyed, and FPX turned back on.
In a track for FPX throughout that entire engage. The 1v1 is so great coming out from Gimgoon. Actually got the kill down onto Rookie, but even then, take a look at the most fed member. Ning couldn't get into that fight because he was on the outer track.
1 kill for Doinby, another with the solo kill for Gimgoon. This is a great game, Preacher.
Oh boy.
It keeps getting better and better. IG, of course, still have a massive lead, but FPX, a couple more picks like that will put them into a position of contention.
Yeah, and take a look at the time as well. 18 minutes. I was saying maybe go towards the Baron. Won't even be up for a couple more minutes. So this is the 1v3 that Gimgoon expertly turned into a 1v1. Pulled back Rookie, ult Rookie, so it's a 1v1. The turret even
go live, go live! Look at Doinby live! Forget the replay, who cares? Ning just got a kill to Rookie again. That was sick. He just dove Doinby.
It's the R word, hysterics. We're in a full replay, but yeah. That dive.
A bit of R&R, they call it. Preacher is, yep.
Oh.
We'll have a look at that one again.
Yeah, all right. We have to look at that one again as well.
Yeah, which one? What are we talking about anymore?
And probably we'll have some replays and replays. But man, that was beautiful to see nonetheless.
I mean, FPX just clawed it back, Preacher, but look at the gold. We're above 10K for Invictus Gaming, and a lot of people are going to look at this game heading into Game 3 and say, is this the return of IG? Can they defeat FPX, who have gone 8-0 so far? We're getting the small window for the replay in this one.
All right, so we're just going to see Chris being taken down. The flash as well, just to follow up. And no counter to the ultimate once you get stunned on.
But while we have a moment, let's discuss that a little bit, because FPX, they're the team that have only dropped a game. I got my sheet here. It's LGD and Vici from my memory that took a game off them. Actually, JDG, excuse me. V5 and JDG. I was close. Not really. But many teams have not had the feat of doing this. Oh. And IG, that's the first setup we want to see. And if they can go further than that, then that'll be a big turning point for them in the split.
And on a meta level, you have to say that IG have much more experience just because they play so many 3-game series. The fact that they can go into the 3rd game with this stamina might be the edge they need over FPX. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We need to first see if they can lock down this game.
We can at least agree that this game is a good sign for Invictus Gaming. And how they've been able to shut out such a dominant team like FPX when their early game looked consistent from what we saw last time. That we were seeing LWX and Chris starting to win out the lane, that Tien was very active towards the top side, and that means that Gimgoon, he was the strongest person onto Rookie again. He packages in, Gimgoon gets the passive up, shields up, another solo kill. That's Big Daddy Mordekaiser while IG start the Baron.
Over on the other side, but there is a TP available for Gimgoon.
Tien going in head first, level 11, unable to get the Scuttle Crab. It's Ning who secures that, but they pull off the Baron. So solo kill while the Shy in a flanking position onto LWX. He doesn't ult, he doesn't need to, he doesn't have it. He waits, he gets the solo kill, and now Chris is locked on down, undertow. Angry Viking again, 6-1 and 6. More stats incoming as Tien will be able to lock him down, but Chains of Corruption there, also onto the Tahm Kench. He'll survive while IG get a crucial pick to set up.
They had no idea how to counter that one. When the Kenna came in from the backside, especially on an angle that he could only hit LWX, he just took down that Caitlyn in what was effectively a 1v1. Nobody else could interfere.
Teleport being used here from Rookie, who has the package for the Shy. He finds Tien, he turns the corner, he says, peekaboo. The Shy gets another solo kill, and IG looking like they're taking this to a Game 3.
Nobody puts the Shy in a corner, even though he had such a rough laning phase. He comes out for the better. 5 kills to 2. It was 4 kills to 2 when he 1v1 Tien, but it didn't even look like a 1v1. It looked like a classic bully just dunking.
Now they can push mid, they can do whatever they want. Gimgoon was able to get the bottom side turret, but that's not going to mean much in the grand scheme of things. He's been sitting in a side lane himself. But the Shy is a better side laner at the moment, even in that Death Realm. But Baron started, and Rookie's sending himself to the top side.
And don't forget, TP available for the Shy. His ultimate will be back up very quickly.
That's a flash from Doinby. Even more exciting to see, Preacher. A flash from Rookie. He respects Ace in the hole, and Doinby has to back away.
Dodges the subsequent Qs, so very well played from Rookie to get himself out. I was about to say TP and also ultimate should be available for the Shy very soon because of his Morello, so watch out for that one. Even though he's splitting, he's starting to group now.
Rookie is sticking around. Will this hurt him? Sticking around the minion wave, Tien is nearby. He was spotted on a ward not so long ago, and now once again.
And don't forget, right now there is only one good target for Gimgoon, and that is Jackie-Love. If he ults anybody else, except maybe Rookie, if Rookie is low and used his W, then it's going to be a bad time.
I mean, he's done it many times. Remember, he just solo killed Rookie twice, Preacher. So, at this point, I said it before, if you can ult Ning before Ragnarok, it's great, but IG are not giving them that chance. They walk to the mid lane, hit the inhibitor turret, and now the base is exposed.
But you don't even need to, because Ning is the person who's actually shopping around. He's going into the solo lane. It's 1-3-1 with this Baron.
Yeah, they can't stop him. Look at him go while Rookie does the same thing.
Woo!
15k gold lead for IG, and that double cloud, that's pushing him around the map faster.
And I love this, the fact that they actually put the jungler in the bottom lane, because the Shy can always babysit Jackie.
He can. Beautiful. That's the right phrase. I'll take you for that one.
Nothing happened.
I mean, right now, IG is sitting strong in the mid lane here with 3 members, and they push off, they wait for the next wave. It's going to be a while away, but Ning is still here, full health, and he's hitting hard. Yeah,
and FPX don't know where they want to distribute their players. LWX, he's actually moving from bot to top, hasn't fired a single shot.
I mean, they need Doomby to make the play, but he's at half health, has been poked out. He's the engage here with the World Ender, as maybe Tien, if he can steal a good ultimate.
Oh,
it was blocked away last time. The Death Thrust comes in. Jackie takes him. Ultimate who, mate? Come at me! He flashes, he takes him. Jackie gets a double and looks stylish doing it.
He silences all of the haters. He says, I am not the weak side of the map. Gets a solo
And now
kill.
they just keep going forward. Ragnarok's there as well. IG want to end the game. The Shy teleports in, gets the 3-man slicing Maelstrom. And Invictus Gaming have looked better than they ever have coming into summer. They equalize our FPX versus IG series and take us to an epic Game 3.
23 kills in 24 minutes, nearly 1 for every minute. That is insane to see. IG propelling themselves so far forward. Even the end there, Jackie barely the person who was given the resources, managing to 1v1 Gimgoon inside the ultimate. What a crazy game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, turn off the LCK, turn off whatever other screen you're looking at. It's time to watch Game 3 of FPX and IG. And what did I say, Preacher? This should have been the finals with the way things were setting up with our first and second seed from spring going into each other. This delivered.
And this is exactly what we wanted to see from IG. Not only did they win lane, but they kept on going afterwards. The distribution of where members were going to be was beautiful. They even put Ning into the bottom lane at the end there because the Shy was much better grouped. And you can see IG, they know their win condition.
I mean, this was a side lane from the Shy. That was the Hextech Gunblade, the dueling cannon. Came into the team fights massive, and IG, it's just amazing because I haven't seen an Invictus Gaming like that since spring. Since the group stage of MSI.
They definitely are performing. The Shy is performing as well. We were asking the question, when is he going to come back as well? Because he was one of the MVPs of all time in the first split.
Most solo kills up in the top lane, right?
Yeah, this time he proved himself. Coming into the flank, actually killing LWX solo as the cannon without the ultimate as well. You got to say, he's finally looking in form. And maybe it's actually going against FPX that's giving them the kick.
Because I don't think that FPX necessarily played a terrible game. I think there's a couple of mispositionings there we can talk about, but in the whole, better from IG. 3 winning lanes that took over, and you got to the point where you're like, okay, where does FPX start taking over? Where's their windows? None created by Invictus Gaming in that one.
Yeah, and it also just wasn't one-sided. You can't say that FPX allowed IG to win because you saw Gimgoon over on the sideline. He was trying to 1v1 everyone. Rookie, Jackie, I mean, by the end there, it didn't work towards his favor, but he put up a valiant effort, and you can clearly see that the early game snowball that IG managed to pull out was just too strong.
The reason why at the start of this split, I talked about Olaf being a must-ban champion.
Yeah.
We walked away from that because we saw more Karthus, we saw, more passive junglers and Silas coming through. And then we came back to the Olaf. And Ning's like, I remember this champion being great. And it's still great, he hasn't changed. The early game taken over, IG's perfect scenario.
Yeah, I saw it. So when I saw that Gimgoon was really struggling for who to hold, I was just like, just sacrifice yourself, mate. Go for Ning, take him out of the fight. Looks like he sacrificed himself anyway with Jackie, but I honestly would have thought that the Olaf 5-1, if you take him out, then that would have actually given FPX a really good time, but never was meant to be seen.
Snowballed other lanes as well. Remember that Rookie on the Corki, even after getting solo killed by Gimgoon, was still a massive threat. And for Invictus Gaming, I said every lane won, I meant it. We looked towards the bottom lane at the start of that game. They were getting shoved in, but there was some sick outplays. There was some really good trading from Jackie Love and Battleland.
Yeah, so just going back to the point about Rookie dying and then also just coming back within that game, we were highlighting the matchup between Rookie and Doinb as well. Rookie had such a standout game, and normally it's Doinb who roams towards the bottom side, but Rookie did all of the roaming, constantly shoving in because he knew the matchup, and when Doinb was last hitting under turret, man, I was just running wild with the game. Doinb himself, I'm going to be honest, I didn't see any Qs hit in the middle of team fights, and that was a massive faux pas.
There was a question towards Doinb and, just having one of those games. So hopefully that improves. We get to a game 3 after this break where expectations are on the line. See if IG can deliver FPX their first loss, or if FPX keep on going. We'll be back after this.
野辅已经是悄悄的绕到了后面，那这波
率
滔博
先推塔，
想打，
率先推塔可还行，但是侧边现在怎么说？王子 EQ 直接盖了上去，带着一个 Nico 大招控住了众人，船长直接将 Creamer 给斩掉了。那老干爹团队已经没有任何获胜的希望。
是这边先手团上开的太好了，直接把这边的核心输出位卡莎给秒了。那后续剩下一个剑魔和吸血鬼也是孤掌难鸣，那应该是可以一波结束掉这场比赛了。老干爹这波
视野控制的不错，
在打了这里，老干爹打龙速度很快，因为有卡莎，但是这个速度滔博反应的也比较快，发现了想要硬 rush 这个龙 rush 了，看黄子能不能抢，一口进来抢到了，
我的天！那么抢下了这一波以后，Nico有一个大招做了下来，虽然阿 K 自己是已经牺牲掉了，但是抢到大龙的滔博现在只想撤退。
这轮子把吸血鬼怎么办呀？
哎，王子开了，
盖了，
盖
尔斯这边往后拉一下，这边地上一个猪妹睡了一下，睡到了皇子，但是吸血鬼进场伤害还蛮高的，配合一个大招要上 Echo， 那边很多被秒了。哎呦，大人头4杠0的，这伤害根本顶不住啊！轮子妈跟吸血鬼参团，这伤害跟鬼一样。
是 X 很漂亮一个金身躲掉了
大招伤害不够，
但光辉的大招伤害差一点又到了，但没有办法回家 PK，
哎呦，绝望！
反而自己被爆了2下，一路3杀
全要
沙皇。这时候杰伦哥出现了，帮忙把人推到西尾面前，夸抓 kill， 泡芙这把可以
结束了，大龙正好刷新。
上把 J carry， 这把泡芙 carry。
这波要上吗？雪龙，风龙刷新了。
他现在发现，哎，来了，
又来了，这边要开团，天哪，已经飘起来了。吸血鬼这边又进场伤害太高，顶不住，卢锡安要被秒了，双 C 可能都要被融化，一个吸血鬼的伤害秒杀了对方的双 C。
盖住后右边的2个人，一个都不想要放 ONG 的队员走吗？赛恩这边已经被打成了一个尸体了。虽然最终沙皇这边掏了一个虚弱，但这波死亡是完全值得的，他完成了对 ONG 的一个先手。大龙爸爸还有2分钟，BG可以2路提7推，把 GG 的雪球滚得无限大。光明正大的杀了你的 AD， 拿的。
这里还想要拿火龙，完了，拆里直接被秒掉，沙皇能不能秒掉？这闪现位置不太好，
漂亮的
回旋踢回旋推，艾考还要追，追不上，艾考也被秒了，我收回来了，灯笼捡回来，杰伦哥秀飞了！
哇，这个沙漠皇帝是真的秀，正面被留住了，
全要
直到1的结束，勾到。
我的天哪，这。